Sarah, and today we are going to start the Buzzword Readathon. So this is the last readathon officially for Buzzword that Kayla from Books and Lala is hosting over on YouTube. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I was going to participate because I do love the concept of this readathon. So the buzzword is night. I pulled all of the books that I had off my shelves that had the word night in it, including ones on my Kindle. And I've kind of narrowed it down to 3 books. That's what I'm going to concentrate on this week. And I'm hoping to read all 3 of them. And I tried to keep them a little bit shorter because I do have other things I'm reading this week. But so the first one I'm going to pick up is Batman Nightwalker. And this is by Marie Lu. And I wanted to read this one because my husband chose this for me last month to read. It was my TBR jar pick for my husband picking a book for me, and he picked this one. So I want to make sure that I read it. And I have tabbed it out already. I'm hoping to read this, finish it in 4 days. So 4 different sittings of reading, and then move on to my next book. So I do have 2 other books on dock, but I will talk about those when I start them. And hopefully this will be a good readathon. I'm really excited to get these books read. So this is the second book technically in the DC Icons series, which is a series of books that are written by popular young adult authors, and they follow like young adult versions of these DC superheroes. So the first one was Wonder Woman. I read that and really liked it. This is the second one, and then there's also Catwoman and Superman. I have Catwoman and I do not have Superman, so I just need to get my hands on that one and then I can read all of them, but they are all released now. So yeah, I'm excited to see what a teenage Bruce Wayne has in store for me. Let's see. And hopefully I will really enjoy it. I do like Batman a lot. We like Batman in our house, so I'm not too concerned about not really enjoying it. But yeah, we are going to get started on this one. Hey guys, okay, update. So I decided for this vlog I wanted to mainly just do updates when I start a book and then when I finish it, because vlogging all the time is no joke. I don't know how people do this consistently. I don't know how they do it. I do watch reading vlogs and I do enjoy them, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of mindfulness on making sure you're actually picking up your camera and showing things, and you know, and then you have to edit all that stuff. So it's a lot of work to do weekly vlogs like this all the time. So people who do it consistently, like, kudos. I can't do it consistently. I will phase out. But so for this one, I'm going to just kind of update when I start and finish a book. I can update now because I just finished Batman. I still have, I'm going to take my bookmark out because I just stuck it in there so I wouldn't lose it. But Batman, and hello gold foil Batman. I did not know this was on the naked hardcover until I took the dust jacket off, but oh, it's so awesome. I really enjoyed this. I think I liked it better than Wonder Woman, even though I gave it the same rating, and I gave it a 4-star. The reason I can't give it like a full 5 stars is because this isn't really Batman. You know, he's 18, so it's Bruce Wayne. It's not Batman, but you do kind of see him get himself into situations where he's realizing that he can make a difference and that he can do it without anyone knowing who he is. And you kind of see like the first inklings of that. So I did really like that. So basically Bruce Wayne, it's his 18th birthday. He gets into a car accident, well, an intentional car accident, because he's trying to stop somebody who was running from the police, and he just happens to be there and sees what happens. So he runs this guy down basically for the police, makes his own decision to do that, crashes the car. So he gets in trouble for that because dangerous, and he has to do some community service. He gets assigned to Arkham Asylum. which is crazy, scary, not a good place. And while he is there, and he's basically like a janitor pretty much, and while he's doing his community service there, he meets a girl who is a prisoner there. And it turns out that she is part of this group that is really terrorizing Gotham City, and they're trying to get information from her. She won't talk to anybody, but she ends up talking to him. And so he kind of becomes involved that way. And then a lot of things happen from there. So that's all I'm going to say. But it was really interesting because you see Bruce Wayne as a teenager, and then he's also really good friends with Harvey Dent, who later on becomes Two-Face. So that's interesting as well to see them as friends. And yeah, I really liked it a lot. Like it was really interesting. I read through it really quickly. And it's Batman, so you know, it's good. But I couldn't give it a full 5 just because, you know, it wasn't really Batman. Not yet anyway, but that's kind of to be expected of the YA DC Icon series. It's kind of them as teenagers coming into their own. So, but still highly recommend. Really enjoyed it. Really glad I read it. I do really like this series, so I will definitely, you know, read the other 2 books as well. But okay, so 1 book down for Buzzword Readathon. Since this has gold foiling on it, I'm totally gonna count it for my gold foil Bookopoly-thon roll too, because I do have a prompt for a book with gold foiling on it, and I picked a different book in my TBR, but I'm gonna count this one because I'm not gonna get to that book. There's no way. I'm not gonna have time. So I'm gonna count this for that. So yay for that, surprise. Okay, now I did start The Dark Corners of the Night by Meg Gardner on my Kindle. However, I haven't really picked it up all that much. I'm like 6% into it. It just hasn't been a high priority for me based on the other reading I'm doing right now. So, but I did start it, so I will like continue to read and finish it. I just don't know that I'll do it during Buzzword. But I at least did start that, so that's good. Now, the next physical book that I really do want to get through for Buzzword is I want to read The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. So this is my next priority. I'm going to pick this up today. I do have it tabbed out, but since I finished Batman actually a day earlier than I was planning to, I might be able to readjust my tabs and then I can kind of spread it out a little bit more, but we'll see. I might even get into this and then not want to put it down, so it wouldn't be a big deal. This does have a lot of charts in it and a lot of pictures too, so I think that this one can go a little bit fast. And a lot of people have said they were able to speed through it, and it's not a big book. So I'm very excited to read this one. This is on the Great American Reads list, so I would be excited to be able to mark another one off for the year, because I think I've only read 1 Great American Reads book this year. But it was Lord of the Rings, so it was a big one. But this would be number 2, so I would like to, you know, get a couple more done this year, hopefully. But this could be one of them. So this is next up for sure, and I will let you know my thoughts. Hey guys, okay, I have finished The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. And I don't know how I feel yet. I will say I didn't love it. And I'm trying to decide if I even liked it. I liked the plot. So this follows a teenage boy who finds a dog in his neighborhood who has been killed. And he takes it upon himself to try to figure out what happened to this dog. The boy is autistic, and you know, it's never said that he is, but you know that he is because this is told from his perspective, and he is very much hung up on everything being incredibly factual, and you know, he can't lie, and you see the way that he deals with stressful situations, so you know what's going on. And his parents have, he's only living with his dad because his mom has died. So you see his dad kind of deal with that and how he copes with it too. So it was, I liked the storyline. I did. But I can appreciate the way it was told. They are very long sentences, lots of ands, lots of and thens, because it's, it's told from his perspective, and that's just how his brain works. Okay, so it took me a minute to get used to that. That didn't necessarily bother me, but it did, like, reading an entire book like that became a little bit, okay. And then there were parts in this book that just went completely off the story. It went into math equations. It went into Sherlock Holmes stories that if you haven't read them, like, one of them got completely, like, the story now. And it did that so often that it took me out of the story a lot. And I understand why it was like that, because it's supposed to be, that's how his brain works and that's how he copes with things and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. But it really took me out of the story to the point where I was like almost skim reading whole chapters at some point. So it's tough because I understand why it was written this way, but at the same time, I don't know that I necessarily enjoyed it. And I know that I am a big minority in that, because when I talked about this book, so many people were like, that's so good, it's such a great book, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, great. And then I have the unpopular opinion of, and I didn't really like it. So I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to give it, because I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaning towards a 3 because I understand the way it was told and why it was told that way and blah, blah, blah. So I get that. But I didn't really enjoy it either. So, like, I don't know. This might be a case of this is a me issue and not the book issue. So I'm not sure what I'm going to rate it yet. I'm going to think on it today and give it some more thought and see what I think. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I don't know. It was interesting. Very interesting. And there were also, in the beginning, more than anything, there were a few jabs at Christianity and flat out statements that, God's not real and heaven's not real. And, it's told under the guise of, he focuses on facts and things that are tangible and blah, 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 and things you can prove. No, okay, I get that. But in the first 30 pages, there were 3 mentions of the fact that, God is stupid and people who believe in it are stupid. And I went, okay, this is like, I almost wanted to put it down because of that, because I am a Christian. So it was hard for me to read that 3 times in 30 pages and go, is this going to be the entire book? Because I can't do that. I can handle different viewpoints. I understand not everyone believes, and I get that, and I can respect that. But at the same time, I have the choice whether or not I want to read a book that's going to keep saying that and keep, kind of insulting my faith. So, but it stopped a little, like, I think maybe in the entire book there were 5 mentions of something like that. So, it got better. But the first 30 pages, I was like, uh-oh, let's see if this is gonna, I don't know. But it did stop. So I was like, okay, good. But yeah, so there is that too. So if you are a Christian and stuff like that bothers you, I can usually, kind of let it go when I'm reading a book, unless it's like relentless, then I can't do it if it's too much. But I do know people who can't read a book that has anything like that in it. So just a fair warning if that's something that does bother you. But yeah, so that was another reason I was kind of like, I don't even know if I'm going to finish this or not, but I did. So, okay. I think that's going to be it for me for this one. And that's going to be it for me for Buzzword Readathon, because it's done. Today is Sunday. It's the last day. I'm not going to squeeze in another book. I did start The Dark Corners of the Night by Meg Gardner, but I only got 6% through it, and I haven't been able to pick it up. So that's just not going to happen this week, but I will continue to read it. So it is something that's going to be ongoing. I'm just not going to be able to do it today, and that's all right. And yeah, so 2 books for Buzzword Readathon, which I think is fine. I was also still reading for Bookopolis, so those were not the only 2 books I read this week. And so I'm going to call that good. So, all right, that's going to be it for me today. So I will be back actually later this week with one little last part of Bookopolis reading vlog, and then I'm actually going to do my wrap up in that vlog as well. So my official September wrap up will be in my last reading vlog that'll be coming up later this week. I think I'm just going to mesh it all together instead of, talking about the books in the vlog and then doing another separate wrap up. Like, I would just be talking about the books way too much, I think. So that's how I'm planning to do it this month. But all right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you participated in Buzzword Readathon. Let me know what you read if you did. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.